Hello and welcome to the first lecture of this new section on efficient resource utilization in this course, Master in Construction Management. So in this particular section, we will give you some good idea of how to utilize resources efficiently. And we will begin by talking about how can you optimize the use of three key resources, that is labor, materials, and equipment. So there are three things you need to do, and one of the things we will cover in this lecture in a lot more detail. To and these the three things are for utilization of resources efficiently. One is for each of these materials, the labor and equipment you need to optimize. You need to know how to optimize that. Second, you need to reduce the waste and implement sustainable practices. And third would be to employ advanced technologies like building information modeling, BIM, for resource management. So these are three things that you can do to utilize resources efficiently. So let's take a look at how to optimize the use of labor, materials, and equipment. Any thoughts? See, optimizing the use of labor, materials, and equipment is essential for maximizing efficiency, reducing cost, and meeting project timelines. Three key objectives that you have, right? And how can you achieve these things? Let us take a look at them. So, for each of the resource type, labor, material, and equipment, you need to plan and schedule effectively. Now, what can you do? For labor optimization, you need to use workforce planning tools to determine labor requirements based on the project phases. Create a work schedule that aligns labor availability with peak workload demand specifically. And avoid overstaffing or underutilizing the labor by adjusting the workforce based on real-time needs. So that's how. So it's a lot of alignment between your labor that you have recruited or are you going to recruit and the work demands. Second thing is about material optimization. There again, you need to plan material orders based on just-in-time inventory to minimize shortage, storage costs, as well as waste and shortages, and prioritize high quality, durable materials that reduce rework or replacement needs. So that's one, two, few things that you can do to optimize material. The equipment optimization can be done by scheduling equipment usage to prevent idle time and overlapping demands and coordinating equipment rentals to match project timelines and avoid unnecessary costs. So you need to align again. So it's a whole in planning and scheduling. The critical thing is to align your availability when you need them, whether it is labor, material, or equipment. One important thing to effectively utilize, efficiently utilize your resources is to implement advanced project management tools. Now, what are these advanced project management tools? We have talked about them earlier. You can use softwares like Primavera, P6, Procore, or PlanGrid to manage resources efficiently. And as we have talked earlier, leverage building information modeling, BIM, where you can simulate material usage, labor deployment, and equipment scheduling to identify the inefficiencies in your thoughts and plans. Coordinate workflows to avoid clashes in resource allocation. So, by implementing advanced project management tools, you can do more efficient uh, use of resources. Right. Workforce training and specialization is another thing that you can do to efficiently use your resources, especially the labor resources, as well as equipment for that matter. So you need to train workers to perform multiple tasks to improve versatility and adaptability. Multiple tasking, the capability should be built to handle different kinds of tasks at different points of time as needed. And also assign specialized tasks to skilled labor to maximize productivity and minimize errors. So if you assign, you get the right skilled labor and you specialize tasks are assigned to them, you can then reduce the errors there. Also establish safety and efficiency focused culture to reduce downtime due to accidents or delays. So like this, you can utilize workforce training and specialization for more efficiency. Streamline materials management. Now, what are the things in streamlining of materials management you can do? One is the inventory control. Use inventory management systems to track material quantities and avoid overstocking or shortages that typically can happen. Implement lean construction practices for waste reduction to minimize material waste and reuse surplus material wherever possible, like scrap metal, leftover concrete, etc. etc. Also, pay attention to supplier coordination, partner with reliable suppliers for consistent quality and timely deliveries, and negotiate bulk purchase discounts while ensuring stagnant delivery. So these are few things that you can do to streamline your materials management. Then let's take a look at lean construction practices. So what are the lean construction practices? And I have laid out for you five here, some of which we will talk about it. There is a last planner system, the lean supply chain management, S5 methodology, fabrication and modular construction, and lean design and building using BIM, right? So let's take a look at all of them except the prefab and the modular construction, which is obvious, right? So what is last planner system? The last planner system is a workflow method that helps teams plan and complete work more efficiently. Now, LPS, the last planner system includes milestone planning, as you see here, where you set up the work in phases so the team knows when to do it. So it's like planning when they should do it. Then you do phase pull planning. You determine the key hands off of work or information needed to deliver a milestone. Then you come down to weekly processes. That's where the actual work happens. So there you do weekly work planning, preparing your weekly work plan based on the task specified during the phase planning. Then you look at TMR, tasks made ready, measuring how many tasks were made ready, which helps the last planners check if the phase scheduling process is working. And then you look at tasks anticipated, measuring how many tasks were identified for the upcoming week. So like this, you can do the last planner system. Then the lean supply chain management compared to the conventional model you see here. The teams are small in lean model versus the large teams in conventional model. The outsourcing is strategic. The relationship between stakeholders is mutually beneficial. The contract length is longer term. Pricing reduces actually, the cost reduces. Quality control is built in, designed in. Delivery happens in JIT, smaller quantities. Stock controls are minimized. Stakeholder communication is broad at multi-level. You have a lot of flexibility and there are high mutual obligation and future planning is significant. So this is how the lean supply chain management is. Then the 5S methodology that you can use in the lean techniques is it traces its roots to the post World War II Japan, where it emerged as a key component of the Toyota production system. Taiichi Ohno, the Toyota engineer, is often credited with the development of the 5S methodology as part of TPS, which later became as the foundation of the lean manufacturing. Over the years, the principles have evolved and transcended into manufacturing origins, filling the applications for various sectors, including maintenance. The 5S methodology, as you see, has proven to be a transformative approach for organizations seeking efficiency, organization, and continuous improvement. And there are five SSR like the sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain, which stands for the Japanese word also starting with 5S. So with using these five principles of sorting, setting in order, shining, standardizing, and sustaining, you can do a lean approach you can use. Then let's take a look at optimizing the equipment utilization. Now, what are the things you can do to optimize equipment utilization? The first is preventive maintenance, where you need to schedule regular maintenance to avoid unexpected breakdowns and costly repairs. Then right sizing, use equipment suited to the scale of the task to ensure efficiency, appropriate crane size for load requirements, sharing and renting, share equipment across projects or rent instead of purchasing for short-term needs, and monitor equipment usage using GPS and telematics to track usage, fuel consumption, and idle time, and optimize routes for equipment transport to save time and fuel. So these are few important ways to optimize equipment utilization. Uh, while doing all these optimization, you need to ensure that communication tools like walkie-talkies and mobile apps are used to relay updates and adjustments quickly. Establish a central command system to coordinate labor, material delivery, and equipment allocation, and this will help you foster real-time communication. The second thing is, as we had talked about, adopt lean construction practices. Few more that you can keep in mind is to do value stream mapping, in which you identify and eliminate non-value added activities in the workflows. Then pull planning that we have talked about earlier. You base resource allocation on actual demand rather than assumptions and projections. So you bring it closer to the actual consumption point and supply the give the resources based on the actual pull. And finally, it is the Kaizen continuous improvement where you encourage teams to identify and implement small incremental improvements in the order of identifying problem, analyzing problem, developing solution, implementing solution, analyzing result, and standardizing the solution. Monitoring and analyzing performance metrics are critical for efficient resource utilization. You need to track key performance indicators, KPIs for labor and material and equipment usage, like labor productivity, output per worker, material usage and waste rates, equipment utilization rates. And then you use these metrics to identify inefficiencies and take corrective action. So monitor and analyze performance metrics here to efficiently use your resources. Ensure flexibility in contingency planning is that is an important piece in efficiently using resources. Maintain a buffer stock of critical materials to handle unforeseen delays. Have backup equipment options in case of breakdowns, and cross-train workers to cover unexpected absenteeism or skill shortages. Collaborate with stakeholders, involve contractors, suppliers, and project managers in resource planning. You can use their perspective and to bring in make your project schedules realistic and achievable. Conduct regular coordination meetings to ensure alignment and resolve bottlenecks. In bigger projects, these regular coordination meetings are as important. They're done in daily or once in a few days basis. Let's take a look at an example of an optimization. So what are the kinds of optimization that you can do and when? So, in the site preparation phase, you can do labor optimization by using minimal crew for clearing. You can optimize materials by ordering material for phase delivery. Equipment can be optimized by using excavator only when needed. In the foundation work, for example, you can deploy specialized workers for rebar for labor optimization, prefabricate components off-site for material optimization, and for equipment utilization, ensure timely crane availability. In structural framing, you can rotate shifts for 24/7 productivity for labor, use BIM to track steel usage for materials, and rent large-scale equipment short-term for equipment optimization. In the finishing stage of your project, you can train workers for multitasking, use surplus materials efficiently, and share tools between tasks. So by systematically applying these strategies, you can reduce cost, improve efficiency, and maintain a high standard of project execution. So what do we do next? So having looked at how to optimize the usage of three key resources, that is labor, material, and equipment, we will look at how to reduce waste and implement sustainable practices in the next lecture. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on this section on efficient resource utilization in this course, Master in Construction Management. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.